Okay, this video is going to be about, I know I went over what we do at Kraft Food, guys, so forgive me if I'm reiterating on stuff, but this one is about 40 packs at Kraft Foods. These are the little retail boxes you see at Walmart that's around the cash registers. I'm going to I'm going to do a video on what the process we go through in opening them, because a couple people at work gave me ideas and I figured I'd explain what we do. It's a pain sometimes and it gets to your arms and you can get hurt if you're not careful. I learned the hard way. I hurt my wrist right here. I believe it was my right arm by placing them too high, and you don't want to do that because I had to have a medical note from my supervisor way back, and I remember she had to, because I hurt myself, and everybody says you have to report them, because if you get hurt, you have to report it if it's serious enough. I mean, unless it's like really painful, I haven't had to other than that one time, but when you're stacking them, you're supposed to stack them 5 high, and I tried to be a He-Man, and I stacked them 8 high, and people on first that have been there for a while tried to tell me, and I wouldn't listen, so we know how that ended up. And then I had to have a medical note because I hurt myself, and just to be careful. But I'm okay now. The wrist is fine. See, I can move it and all that. But what we do is when they bring them out, they're all wrapped up, and we have 4 cardboard liners on the sides or whatever. They're like these long ones, and you got to pull them off. We have like these knives called a penguin knife, and the one part, it looks like a penguin. It's like a mouth, literally, like this. And we take it and we rip open. That's how we rip open those, unless you can get it with your hand. I usually just rip them because we don't always have a penguin knife. But you rip that off, then you pull the cardboard sidings off. You throw them in with the 40-pack juice boxes, which we throw them in a few garbages that we have lined up on each line, and every line's different. Line 4, there's barely any room, so it can be very, confined, and you feel like a sardine in a sardine can. It can get very hectic, especially if all 3 lines are running. But when the garbages fill up, you got to bring out, usually it's 2 of them you're supposed to let at the most. But when you're opening the 40 packs, then you got a rotation where you have to open the carts while you're taking the garbages out. And yeah, you have to open the pallets, I mean, while you're taking the cardboard garbages out. But now we recycle them, and sanitation helps us. I can do it on my own, but you take the bag and you lift it and you dump it right in there, and now we recycle them. And for the first 3 years, they were having everything go in the garbage, and it was interesting how far Kraft has come in organizing. Like, we recycle all the plastic and the garbs. But anyway, but if you're on open juice or carts, it's in a rotation. We have A through E, and what we have to do is open the 40 packs while we take the garbages out. And when you take those 2 out, you bring 2 empty ones back. And if you put an air pocket in, you can throw more 40 packs in, and it helps out a great deal. But when you're opening the 40 packs, you take these juice openers. It kind of looks like, if you hold it up, it looks like a backwards T, but it has a little opener, and you got to jam it in like I'm doing with my hand, like this. And then the other side, I usually take my fingers and I rip them open. Everybody does it differently, but what you do is you go from bottom to up. I'll explain the motion. This is going to be silly, but you bend over and you go, and then you go, down, and you just poke at them or whatever until they're all open. I've gotten it to the point I got it to a T, just because I've done them a lot, and this Bud Light's good right now. But I got it to a T because I've been there for almost 6 years. But everybody that's watching this that works with me will agree, they're a pain. It's a workout. Let's just say you get a workout and you don't have to go to the gym when you're taking these out, when they fill up, and trying to open them. And it's a pain when we don't have enough people. Then it becomes stressful. And But once you do that, the same thing when you open the other side. This is how I do it. You do 4 each. You go top to bottom, bottom up, and then up, up, yeah, top to bottom, bottom to top, and then top to bottom. And then when you're done, we take these big plastic rolls and you wrap them around the pallet so that keeps them up, because now they're crappy because they had to go cheaper because of costs and that, which sucks, but we've figured it out that way, because if you don't wrap them, they tip and they fall, and that's a pain in the ass. But that's the process with how you open the 40 packs. While you're doing that, when the garbages fill up, picture these little 40 packs going in a garbage. They fill up quick. Even if you put an air pocket in them, you got to run them out and then make sure that supply 2 is good. You help them out if you can, or if you're supply 2, when they're open, you put them up on this stand, they dump them on a conveyor, they go down the belt, and then the juice placers 1 and 2 place them like my hand, and then if it's place 1, you use your right, and then again place 2 your left. And then you got to flip them too, because they're upside down, the top ones, as you're doing it. You're supposed to, but I guess we found out you can leave them upside down. It's just they would prefer the label up. So, and yada yada. But after a few times you can do it. I'm good at it, but I still think it's a pain in the ass to do. It's hard. I mean, and we have to use more people, but the only time we usually have to do those is if they run out of, I guess, the 70 packs at the other plants. Like if a machine breaks, I guess that makes the cardboard boxes for the 70 packs. And then what we do is, or if they need to use up at Walmart what they don't sell, we'll get them and we'll use them up for the end of the year. But 70 packs are a lot easier, and they don't require those garbages. We have like this big bin where we put the cardboard in, and when it gets full, now we have to push it out, and sanitation will help us throw it in, but they're all single boxes. But all we got to do with those really is rip the plastic off, and then they have cardboard sidings, but we don't have to open all the little ones. It's a lot easier than the 70 packs, but all in all, it is what it is. There's more plastic we have to throw in with the 40 packs, or I call them 10 packs, than the 70 packs. But I'm out, guys. Have a good day, and that's a review on 40 pack Capri Sun juices and 70 pack Capri Suns. Have a good day and enjoy the weather. I'm out.